Hello everyone, this is March monthly readings, and I'd like to always hop on here and wish you well for the month ahead and just thank you for tuning in. If you want more, you can definitely head on over to my website, abundantlifetarot.com, and I have got love readings, abundance readings, general life readings for the month ahead for each sign. And I encourage you to check out not just your sun sign, but your moon sign, your rising sign, to get a full picture of how your month is going to go. And then also check out your significant other or other friend or loved one or boss to see how their month is going as well. So I hope you have an amazing, abundant March, and let's get on into it. Hello Cancers, this is your March monthly abundance tarot and oracle reading, and we'll go ahead and get right into it. What I'll do is I'll shuffle. I'm looking about for 2 to 3 cards per row. So if more than 3 cards jump or fall, and if my intuition calls for it, I will then move them to the next row. If there's no other rows to move them to, then I'm going to reshuffle the cards. I kind of setting that off from the giddy up, so I set that off for the energies of the reading. So let's get started. So first up, Cancers, we're going to first ask of Spirit for the month of March, what is happening for you in abundance? We have strength. What else is happening for Cancers? What's coming up? We have 4 of Pentacles for March for Cancers. Any other messages about March and abundance in your career or finances? Okay, we have Page of Cups. What tools will Cancers be utilizing in the month of March to bring about more abundance or to navigate work situations or career situations? We have the Emperor. Any other tools? Okay, we have 3, so we're going to have these 2 go here. So we've got the Emperor, the 4 of Wands, and Justice. For the next row, the outcome. How will the month end in the month of March, and how you will move forward into April? What energies that will be happening at the end of the month? And yeah, your takeaways. We have the King of Pentacles. We have the 5 of Cups. That was a flat there. Let's see. Okay. And the 8 of Cups with a peekaboo from the devil. All right. And then, because I noticed these things, and so then I'm going to ask for additional information about what's happening in the month, beginning, middle, and end of the month of March for Cancers in terms of abundance, or how to bring about more abundance. Thank you. Take a divinely guided chance you're being called, and we'll discuss that more in a moment. What about what's happening in terms of the tools? What tools will you be utilizing in the month of March? Can't even think of March. It's Valentine's Day. Okay, these are the tools. Moonlighting. Great card. And then finally, outcome position. What are the takeaways for you for March about bringing more abundance into your life, or what you need to do to bring about more abundance into your life? Let's see. Oh, 2 cards jumped. We will take them. Thank you, Spirit. We have windfall of abundance, yay, and savings. Interesting. Okay. It's going to be an interesting reading. All right. And I just want additional guidance here about what's happening. Spirit, Cancer, if that's way too many. Thank you. What's happening in terms of abundance? We have achievement. Okay. What about the tools you'll be utilizing? Ceremony. Nice. And then finally, what about the outcome? Any additional insights? Toxic. Interesting. You probably want, I haven't recorded the generals yet, Cancers, but you may want to check out the general monthly reading as well to see what other additional information is coming through it. All right, let's get started. So, in terms of what's happening this month, what you'll be confronting and facing about in your finances, your career, your abundance house, we have Strength, Four of Pentacles, and Page of Cups. So, and then over here we have the anchoring of achievement that's happening this month for you. And then we also have you being called to take a divinely guided chance. And that's represented here in the Page of Cups, where you may be going ahead and taking that leap. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a moment. You have been having strength in the face of adversity. Maybe you've been having some work challenges. Maybe you've been having some challenges at home which have been distracting you from work, or causing the distractions from home are causing you to have work issues because you can't be 100% in the game. Perhaps, you know, in the recent past, you've had to be strong even though you haven't felt so strong. Maybe there's been financial blows. Maybe you were furloughed. Maybe you were laid off at one point during the month. Maybe you just simply had more bills than you had money, and now you're overcoming that. You're getting past that. You're making some achievements here. You're starting to build your strength, your inner resolve, and starting to move forward in a powerful way, facing things head on and climbing those mountains, facing those lions, and having achievement, being recognized for that achievement, and reaching the peak and feeling strong and accomplished for that. We have the Four of Pentacles here. So the Four of Pentacles can show up in terms of you maybe feeling called to save money, not be stingy, but sometimes when this card comes up, it does kind of give me a little stingy of a vibe. I don't know why, it just does. It just does. And you see how he's kind of holding all those little coins here. But it's also about saving money. You know, feeling more like you need to keep your resources tight. It's, you know, time to buckle up, but tighten up the purse strings. But you have to be careful of hoarding your resources, and also of frivolously spending, and also of possessiveness, and being willing to release and let go. So for some of you, that could be, you know, releasing and let go of your teenage or adult children, releasing and letting go of some releasing control in your work situations, where maybe you've been holding on really tight and now you're called to not hold on so tight anymore. It's time to, you know, surrender and let go, and to take a divinely guided chance. We have with the Page of Cups, really exploring that wonderment of life and having fun with it, and like I said, going, following your heart, seeing what it's like to follow your heart, kind of doing little experiments in the month of March, and then saying, wow, that works. Wow, if I just simply think this happens. Wow. Oh, if I go, I did this and I decided to go here, and then this all came to chance, or came to pass. Take a divinely guided chance, it says. All positive change and successful ventures involve a degree of risk, and you are ready to follow your divine guidance to new territories. As you leave behind that which is comfortable and familiar, but no longer appropriate for you, you make room for new and more meaningful opportunities. And so it's important to know that if you see this card and you've been wondering about whether or not you should do something, whether or not you should take that chance, this is confirmation that yes. And the Page of Cups assures that, like, you will receive that emotional fulfillment that you sense that you will receive if you move forward with this venture, if you move forward with this job opportunity, if you move forward with this discussion with your partner about how you guys go forward in your next leg of your life, the next leg of your journey. Let's go to the tools. Let's see. So the tools that we have here are interesting. I want to kind of mention right off the bat moonlighting. And the reason being is because I think a little bit of what's going on here with the Page of Cups and take a divinely guided chance, and what will help you with your sense of needing to kind of hold on and kind of save and hoard, and almost like how people were back in after the Great Depression. They probably really held on tight to things, and that's what they did because they didn't know any better. They were not sure of what would come next. They weren't sure if they would have food or have a meal or be able to move forward. And so sometimes you find yourself in that thought processes, but you start to move out of that. This is more in the middle of the month. The strength moment is more like at the beginning. This is more in the middle, and this is more at the end, where at the end of the month you really are trying to take a divinely guided chance and moving forward to a new direction here. Moonlighting. You can start working on your dream career part-time while keeping your other job to pay the bills. Soon your dream career will take flight and fully support you. Isn't that divine? And we see that here. Perhaps you are, someone who helps facilitate wedding ceremonies. We have the Four of Wands here. Four of Wands is typically associated with engagements, weddings, probably wedding planning, or it could, Cancers, it could signify maybe you specialize in some sort of healing around, counseling around unions and coming together, partnerships. We have the ceremony card here with the Four of Wands, and that's why I'm saying these things in terms of like what you may be called to explore and what tools you're called to look at. And the ceremony card with the Four of Wands is saying, celebrate and find this and do ceremony around the accomplishments you have made, and maybe incorporate that into your side business that you're moonlighting. I started my online tarot and crystal business, and it's moonlighting, right? This wasn't my full-time gig as much as I would like it to be. It's starting to become definitely much more than just a part-time thing, but it's not yet my full-time thing. I'm moonlighting. You could do the same thing, and these cards are kind of like saying, yes, go with it. What is your heart's desire? You could get a part-time job, make extra cash, and just do any old thing. But let your part-time job be your passion pursuit, something that you would enjoy. And, that's a powerful thing, right? I would say. And with the Emperor, the wind is like really blowing outside. We've been storming all week. So with the Emperor, we are invited by Spirit to take authority, take charge, and get into that leadership role. Be the leader in our small business. Be the leader in our hobby turn to business. Be the leader in our organization, whether we are a manager or not. It's time to establish some rules, maybe start a social media group and make sure you establish rules and guidelines. That's only, I think, appropriate and fair. It's time for you to be a little bit more disciplined in your goal setting and goal achievements in your life pursuits. What do you want your next 6 months to look like? What do you want your next year, 3 years, 5 years, so forth, so on. And of course, there's room to change and move around. I mean, the Emperor card gets us there, but you don't have to be rigid. And after you get past this initial phase, but right now it's important to be disciplined in your goal setting and your goal achievements, and having someone help hold you accountable. And then we have the Justice card. I love this little Justice card in this picture because we have, it almost reminds you of the air energy with the swords, right? And it's about being fair with yourself, being fair with, recognizing where you're at, meeting yourself where you're at, and not beating yourself up for not being further along, and just saying, you know what, I'm starting from here right now, and taking a more balanced approach to it versus all or nothing. Oh, I can't get the things I want done on the business, so I'm just not going to do it. That's nothing. Or, oh, I'm just going to throw everything, caution to the wind, quit my job, don't worry about my family. Well, that's out of whack, so that's not balance. But you recognize that, that it's time to really sit, maybe spend time, and maybe a ceremony. I sometimes go to Reiki healing circles, which feel very ceremonious to me, and it helps me to find clarity and insight on things, on what I should do next. Maybe that's another tool that you have here at your disposal. So, but being kind and fair to yourself is super important, and it's a powerful tool for you this month. And finally, we have the outcome cards. We have Toxic, King of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, 8 of Cups, and Windfall of Abundance and Savings. So clearly some positive things are happening with Windfall of Abundance and Savings. And we see that with the King of Pentacles. So at the end of the month, some takeaways for you is that you will have some money coming to you, maybe in the form of you're getting notice of a tax return, or a raise, or a bonus, or some dividend payouts, or some other unexpected windfall of money, some sort of settlement. And it's, some of you are going to be called to save. This card is also, it's strong advice for you to save, because something could be coming down the pike for you later in the year where you will be happy that you saved this windfall of money. There's some toxic situations going on. Maybe it's time to release toxic friendships or toxic negative thoughts that you have around abundance. Because if you don't, the windfall and the savings that you have could easily go away. And this card finds you leaving a situation, maybe leaving a relationship that's no longer serving you. And that, of course, can have a financial impact. But at this point, some of you are just at a point where you don't really care. You just want to move on and get on. That could be you leaving the job that no longer serves you or fits you. You've been feeling disappointed, dejected, tired, not able to really see the bright side of things with your current position. And now you're like, I don't know what to do. Well, as you moved into April, you're like, I think after I get this little windfall of money, I'm moving on. I'm leaving this toxic situation. And then, yeah, that's pretty much what's happening with you all on the abundance front. Congratulations on the windfall of abundance. And remember to work on the shadow stuff, releasing toxic thoughts and people around you, toxic situations, gently, but as soon as possible, so you will be able to properly and readily receive the abundance that's flowing to you very shortly. All right, have a very blessed and abundant March, my lovely Cancers. Thanks for watching.